I'm Carolina. Hi. I work at GSI in Darmstadt. It's a heavy ion research center here in Germany. And I work for the ALICE collaboration at CERN. So maybe not specifically nuclear physics, but I think really the fundamental physics aspect is the one which, at least during my studies, was what interested me the most. I tried different things. And then it was more of a coincidence that I ended up in the ALICE collaboration, because in Heidelberg we also have a LHCb and Atlas research group, for example. I do data analysis, so I really look at the data which is processed, calibrated, taken by many other skilled people before I look at it. And then it's really about looking at analysis objects which can be tracks, reconstructed vertices, which we call basically the points where particles decay and other particle tracks are produced, which we then measure in our detector. Of course, our initial goal is to study the characteristics of the quark-gluon plasma, the QGP. I'm actually more in the nuclear physics field, so I look at special nuclei which decay, and we try to understand how they are structured and how they are actually produced in our collisions. I think my favorite part is actually the discussions with other people. If I have a result or I found out something, and then discussing and trying to understand what is the problem, or what have we maybe found, or what do we see here. Yes, a lot. So for me personally, one big aspect which I find very challenging is that the research we do is done on a very large time scale. We have very large experiments. It takes really decades sometimes to reach a conclusion on a research question. Because if you look on the research we do on a scale of years or decades, you really see, okay, we have found out really many new things. We've achieved great things, actually. But this is very hard to see on a daily or weekly or even yearly really time scale. Regarding my professional life, to be honest, I really don't know. One big thing for me is what I mentioned earlier, that this lack of feedback or knowing the impact of my work is something I know already now that I cannot do my whole life. I need to have something, or somehow can be sure it has an impact. And this is why I think on the long scale, I will just orient myself towards a different direction, or I will actually really leave academia. I'm not 100% certain about this, but this is something I have to figure out in the next year, hopefully.